Alright, what is up, YouTube? Today is, I believe, the 5th episode of the New York Knicks My GM. We are at the end of the season, and with that comes, obviously the budget. Now, I kind of want to go over, like I usually do, what I'm going to do with the budget. I mean, certain things are more important at certain times. We have an $8 million staff payroll, which I think is, I think that's a pretty big payroll, and I think that's enough to suffice to get a solid staff. I'm going to give the $7.5 million to our player payroll. It's a pretty big, $7.5 million is a pretty big amount. It's not just chump change that we're throwing around here. So that's a nice little addition to our player payroll. Hopefully that'll work in, and we'll be able to get some more free agents. The main goal, obviously, is to just make this team better, whether it's contract extensions or whatever. Another thing that I kind of want to change here is I kind of want to lower this maybe to $32 billion. I'm going to lower it to $30 million. It's New York. It's not like, people don't want to join New York. That gives us $4.75 million more to give to free agents. That ups it just about, $11 or $12 million from what we had. That ups our player payroll. So that is a very significant, a very significant addition, and that's definitely going to go a long way. Now, I kind of want to talk about what happened in the off season, or in the actual season, in the playoffs. Obviously, I can't show you. I didn't realize at that specific time that I was, advancing through the season, that I was, I wouldn't be able to go back and show you the playoff tree. But the Heat ended up winning the championship. We ended up getting kicked out in the second round of the playoffs to the Chicago Bulls. And Joakim Noah, he went down with a lingering injury, broken arm, before the end of the season hit. So we didn't have him in the first round. We ended up pulling through, and we scraped the Brooklyn Nets. We scraped them, no problem. Then we went, and we should have beat the Bulls even without Joakim, but we ended up losing to the Bulls. Overall, I'm not too upset that we lost. I'm also, not too upset that we, at how far we got. I think we got pretty far. I know in the very beginning, if you watched maybe the first or second episode, I said, I wouldn't expect this. I don't know if I'm going to make this team better or worse, because we're at that middle ground area. So I think I definitely made the team better, and I think we progressed, and hopefully we'll be able to get better from there. The major thing I want to talk about is the trade that went down. I traded J.R. Smith and Tyson Chandler for Joakim Noah and Taj Gibson. That might seem like a bad trade. Tyson Chandler wasn't really working out. He wasn't really doing well. And unfortunately, that's one of the things that I want in players. I want them to do well. I think part of that translated to a record not as good as it could have been. So we made the trade, and then we started getting better. So I think that's always good. But I don't personally know. Tyson Chandler was on the Bulls, obviously, because we traded him. We lost to the team that we traded away two of our players to. So I don't know. It can't be really fairly said, because we obviously didn't have Joakim Noah. But I honestly don't know if that trade made us worse or better, or made us stay the same, but better in certain parts and worse in other parts. So leave a comment as to what you think went down with that trade, what you think came with that trade, whether we got worse or whatever. I don't believe I made any more trades. I knew I was thinking about trading Kendrick Perkins, but I didn't end up trading him. To be honest, he has a pretty big salary. I'm thinking about trading him to add up $9 more million to our available player payroll, and maybe maybe get a key free agent. That would be really good. As you can see here, I'm going through, and I cannot trade players. I believe I can trade them when I get down to the draft, right at the draft or after the draft. Yeah. So I would want to go. I'll go through with it. If I have to cut off the video, then I will cut off the video. Because obviously the draft does take a while. It's not just a quick, short process. So we are 27th in the draft, and as you can see there, we have some expiring contracts for our staff. Okay, the goal that the owner wants, he wants a coach that's higher rated as an offensive coach. I might be able to accomplish that. I'm going to get the best coach. If he's not, phenomenal at offense, but he's great at defense, then, I'll get him. Obviously, Mike Woodson didn't work out. Mike Woodson doesn't work out in real life either. But I'm looking, to be honest, we have a lot of money. I'm looking for the best coach possible. Jeff Hornacek looks to be that guy, that absolute, top-notch coach. And, yeah, there it goes. We got Jeff Hornacek now, and I honestly see this team as being way better than it could have been without Jeff Hornacek. And by the way, I'm sorry about that glare. I am recording in my living room instead of my normal room. So I think I'm going to extend this guy. Phenomenal business. Unfortunately, his potential is a D. I don't get how that works out. But Dylan, you've been a bona fide rock star for us. That's what it says. Oh, I didn't mean to. Okay, I accidentally just gave him a 1-year extension. I meant to give him like a 3-year extension or something like that. Assistant coach Herb Williams. He's not great, but he doesn't have an expiring contract, so I'm just going to leave him there. I think the more important thing is to get a trainer rather than a head scout. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to get a better trainer than this guy. 1.69 mil, that's how much money we have, so I should be able to get the best trainer and the best scout. That's the great thing about having as much money as the New York Knicks do. And surprisingly, they haven't won a championship in like 40-something years. So tell me how that works out. Yeah, but I honestly am. Oh no, I do not want to extend him. He's a pretty terrible head scout. I think we're just gonna go with the top-notch guy. We'll go with. Let's see what these badges mean. Able to scout an additional 2 prospects during every scouting period, and careless his hasty approach to scouting results in scouting reports being 10% less accurate. Okay, I don't really want this guy then. Maybe this guy or this guy. I think I'll go with this guy because, 1 additional prospect. That, to be honest, I don't think that's a big deal, but I'll get him. They don't have much of a difference either way, so I think getting, that badge is going to help out and just be a little bit more beneficial to this team. Yeah, anyways, though, that's it for the staff signing. Then on to team player options. We obviously have Iman Shumpert and Jason Maxiell. I'm on the fence about Jason Maxiell. He did get worse. I got him when he was a 70 overall. If he's +5, that means he's a 68 overall. To be honest with you, I didn't really need him, so I think I'm going to go ahead and decline that. And I think I'm just going to get Iman Shumpert. And obviously Carmelo, he declined his player option, which would have been $23 million. So even if we do end up being able to re-sign him, we probably will re-sign him to less than $23 million. These are all the declined and accepted stuff. Plenty of good players, plenty of players that I would love to have. My free agents is the next one up. We obviously have Carmelo Anthony. I think there's, a benefit to using this. The grass isn't greener on the other side. Pitch, that's a pitch you can use. It obviously costs money, or VC. But I think that's a good pitch to use to an extent. I think, to be honest, though, I'm going to just offer him contracts, or maybe multiple contracts, in the free agency period rather than, offering him a contract right now. Earl Clark, he was a pretty solid player. I want to offer him no more than $3 million. Okay, so he doesn't want any more than $3 million. That personally works out for me. I can give him $4.85 million for 2 years, and he'll think about that. Okay. Next guy up, we obviously have Jason Maxiell. I would like him to come on the team, just not for the not for what his team option was worth. His team option was worth about I don't know. I think $2.5 million, something like that. Wow, that's a really long spiel. So I don't really, as you probably saw, I moved him to a bench player. I don't really plan on using him as a, like a top-notch player or anything. I don't plan on using him even for a role player because we obviously have a very good bench, in Taj Gibson. So Jason Maxiell will be a bench player if he ends up coming to the team. But I mean, to be honest, it's up to me, with what exactly I want to do. Yeah. Whoa. Really? You want $6 million over 2 years? Forget about that. You didn't play a single freaking minute. He's not getting anywhere near that. And Torrey Murray, he was a decent player, so I can give him that $500K that I want to offer him. If it doesn't work for him, then it doesn't work for him, and I personally don't really care. Next up, we obviously have the NBA draft. I'll see if I have enough time. T.J. Warren, I would love to draft him, so yeah, I can draft him if he's available. Obviously, we have the 27th pick overall. If you watch my other videos, then you might know that I was offered like a Jazz first-round pick and as well a 76ers first-round pick, but I was offered those both on giving away J.R. Smith for just about nothing. We wouldn't have gotten as far as we did. I thought we were going to go further, and I think we would have gone further had it not been for Joakim Noah going down. So, I don't know. Right now it's draft time, and I think I would definitely love to have those first couple picks, the fourth or the fifth pick. That would definitely be a nice thing to have. The 27th pick is a while away, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to fit this entire, draft in here. I'll try, but I plan on drafting in the second round as well. It's about 12 minutes and 40 seconds right now, so I don't want to, cut it off. But if I have to cut it off, then I will cut it off. Kendrick Perkins is the man of the hour, the guy who I want to get rid of. But I do not want to get rid of Taj Gibson. He's a really good player, perhaps overpaid, but he really is a very solid player. And you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking I'm actually going to go through with this. Because if we get that 13th overall pick, we're going to have a player that's perhaps better than Taj Gibson, and we're going to be able to get a cheaper player than Taj Gibson. And Kendrick Perkins, I was planning on trading anyways, so I'm not really feeling too bad about getting rid of him. So we have Darius Saric, Tyler Ennis, Tyler Ennis, Doug McDermott, Andrew Wiggins. Whoa. Okay, I think you know who I'm thinking of. Obviously, Wiggins. He's the best player in the draft so far. So we got Wiggins. Better than both those players by far. I think that was a very good trade. Comment what you think about that, but I don't really care what you guys think. No offense. That was a good trade for me. Doug McDermott, I would have liked to get him, but Andrew Wiggins is obviously better, so I don't really feel bad about not getting Doug McDermott. By the way, we are at 14 minutes, so if this video does end up getting cut short, which it most likely will, then I just want to say make sure you subscribe, make sure you share this entire channel, and make sure you check out my other videos. So we are on the clock. I should be able to fit in something really quick. The major thing that he wanted was T.J. Warren. He's a phenomenal inside player. There's not really any centers. There's not really any power forwards, so I think the best player to go with will be T.J. Warren. He's a really good player, and it'll please the coach. So that's going to be it for this video. Make sure you subscribe, and make sure you check out my other videos. All right, thanks, guys.